1 second. I'm getting a late start here. Whew. But I'm here. Oh, I don't think that's still, let me see. Get my stool back up here where it needs to be. Goodness me. Let's try that. That's better. All right. How is everybody? Welcome on in. I am Darlene, and I'm here to do some readings for you guys tonight. And we're going to start with the weekend energies. So let me pull myself up here on my other device so I can see the chat. Oh, it actually worked. Oh, hey, Brayla, how are you? Let me tell you how you can get a free reading, Brayla. Here's what you have to do. You have to be subscribed to my channel. That's easy, right? Which hopefully you are. Go to any of my videos other than the lives and make a comment that says, I am loved. And then I enter you into the free reading contest, which I will announce Sunday. I will put that in the community post. So again, if you're subscribed, you'll get the notification. And I'll put your YouTube handle in there, so-and-so won, and I'll probably announce it on the Sunday night live as well. So that's how you can get a free reading. Hey, B-Was, how are you doing tonight? Queen of Swords, it's lovely to see you again, albeit virtually. How are you doing? Oh, Trish, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you got to be with me tonight, too. Desi's here. I am, too. Desi, I have not stopped. I'm literally in the workout clothes I left to go to the gym in this morning. So, I mean, I threw this jacket on, but that's it. I hadn't stopped either. Hey, Adia. Yes, family is it, isn't it? We are family here. If y'all stick around, I think you'll see that. Oh, B-Was, that's so nice. Let me hang on 1 minute though. I've got to put pin my comment here. I'm so glad you did that. Let me put it in the comments. Here's the information, y'all. So they are $15 on PayPal or $20 Super Chat. That's how you get a reading here tonight. And let me pin it to the top. That way y'all have the link and all is good. Okay, there we go. We're in business. Well, Desi, see, and I need reminding. I need reminding, especially when I haven't even, I usually like to meditate before I come on here, and that did not happen tonight. That did not happen. Okay, so let's see. I talked about how you can get a free reading, and I need to mention this more than once. So for any of you moderators that are still here later, please remind me to talk about this. I want to start an online meditation class. So for anybody interested in that, let me know, not here in the chat, send me an email, and that's the best way. That is in the description box. So, whoosh. All right, let me get myself together. How was your week, everybody? Did y'all have a good one? Mine was good. It was just busy, and but a good busy. Good busy. Good busy. All right, here we go. I'm going to just jump right in here and get started with a weekend check-in for those who want to know about love. And y'all won't believe it. I did. Okay, for some of you were here. I know Desi was. I can't remember, Dee, if you were here or not. My microphone I've been using has been crackling. So I think it might, I don't know if it was the receiver or what it was. And, oh, Desi, do you need me to post that again? I'm just now seeing your comment. I'll post it again for you. Here we go, Desi. But, so I ordered a new one. And then I sat down with my new, it's the same exact mic, by the way. But anyway, I did a 30-minute reading for Scorpio. And there was no sound. So you didn't get your Scorpio reading this week yet. I'm going to try to do it this weekend, though. So my apologies for my faithful Scorpios out there. It'll get done. It just didn't get done yet. Samina, the way you get a free reading is you have to be subscribed. Go to any of my videos other than the lives. The lives don't count. And put in the comments, I am loved. And then I will enter you into a drawing which takes place this Sunday. And I will announce that in the community post. And probably Sunday night when I go live too. So that's how you can get a free reading. Thank you, Marcel. I appreciate that. Oh, gosh, I do have a son visiting. Oh, that's awesome. Nebraska. Boy, that's a Air Force Base, I presume, in Nebraska. That's a little way from home, isn't it? I remember when my son was in the Army and he would come home. Oh, I just, every minute was a treasure, you know, when you get a little bit of time with them. Okay, football boys, this is a live. It doesn't count if you post it in the live because I can't stop and do that. So you have to go, one more time, any video on my channel except the lives. No lives, pre-recorded video. And that's, so you'll have to do that. Desi, So guys, those of you that are posting I am loved, it doesn't count because this is a live. It has to be on a pre-recorded reading. Well, Desi, that is preferred. I'm sorry to make you work so hard, but that is preferred. So I can get on here with the reading actually. Yeah, Adia, she was talking about the how to get a free reading. Let me see if I can pin it, get it. Wait a minute, type it on a note here real quick. All right, so y'all just have to wait a second while I do this. One, subscribe. 2, post on any pre-recorded video, not lives. I am loved. All right. That should do it. Bear with me 1 minute, y'all. Sorry for the delay. Okay, here you go, Desi. Now, I cannot pin 2 comments. I can only pin 1, and I'm going to leave the PayPal link pinned up there, so you'll have to copy and paste it now. Okay, excellent. Hey, Asprey, how are you doing tonight? Let me put you down, and let's see, who was the this first one up here? Wait, let me get it for you. B-Wasp, okay. B-Wasp is, and then Free 11. We like 11 numbers in here. And my apologies for those of you who I didn't say hello to. That chat moves pretty fast. Okay. Hey, Marcel, how are you tonight? Okay, now, before I get into those private readings, I want to pull a few cards for the general, my general collective on love for the weekend. What's coming up for the weekend? I put rings on every time, and every time I end up taking them off. Okay, here we go. All right. I didn't get the question out yet, did I? Well, all right, Tara, please tell us what's coming toward my collective in love this weekend. Make it clear, please. Make it clear for my collective. Well, that was fast. We like fast. Goodness, all right. Somebody who is holding on to you, or somebody who is watching their money. Probably somebody you're not talking to. Probably somebody you're not talking to, but still holding on to you. Could be somebody who didn't want to put the work in and broke your heart. Here we go with this story. We've heard this one a number of times. That looks like who's coming in. Yep. You probably broke up with this person. Well, I know what I have to do. I got to lock my doors and hide my car. Yeah, you could. Now, I always say there's no gender in tarot, but I got a King of Swords here. This is could be you. So this person that's coming in could be meeting this King of Swords, meaning you, which would mean you're really chilled and cold, in fact, and cutting, or it's the person that's coming in towards you who would be those things. He might have said things that were vindictive and cold and could have basically not told you the truth about things. That could have happened because I have next to it this Ten of Swords in reverse. So for most of you, this is somebody that you had a relationship with, that you broke up, because they hurt you and you've been healing from it. But here they come. Or you may hear from them. I ask who's coming towards you. Doesn't mean that they're actually going to show up at your door. The Ten of Swords in reverse. Somebody who betrayed you and now they're having trouble getting over this ending. Or maybe letting go of you. Yep. This is someone who very possibly refuse to surrender on some level to the relationship. Yeah, that can mean so many different things. But this person needed to get a new perspective and did it. Yeah, here we go. I got a King and a Queen of Swords. These two are often referred to as the divorced couple, but you don't have to have been legally married, of course. But I think you've had harsh words with this person before, and you both are feeling quite chill about each other. Because neither of these people will suffer they don't tolerate anything. In the upright, they're both really excellent communicators. They're very clear with what they want. They're very truthful. But in the reverse, they're both, like, she's bitchy material, and he is vindictive and cold. They're both very cutting with their words. Oh, goodness. Some of you were in a relationship with this person. Or for a few of you, now see, I don't have the classic cards like the Eight of Cups or the Six of Wands in reverse, or any of those cards to say this is somebody from your past coming back. However, unless this is this person having gone through their own broken heart, but this feels very much like somebody from the past here. that being said, I'm not going to venture. Let's see what they want. Let's ask, what do they want with my collective? What do they want? Crow is in the house. Hey, Crow, how you doing? So lovely to see you and have you back with us tonight. Michael, you can purchase a mini read. The information is pinned at the top of the box up there. Or you can go through the steps to be registered for a free reading, and my moderators will post that too. Misha's here. Hey, darling, how are you tonight? Happy Friday. All right, what does this person want with my collective when they come back in here? Assuming they come back in. They're thinking about it at the very least. But I said, who's coming toward you? All right. Perfect, Desi. Thank you. Yes. For those of y'all looking for a free reading, look at Desi's comment there. That's how you get one. Thank you so much to my moderators. I love y'all to pieces. Yeah, it is somebody from your past. For most of you people out there, I'm just giving you a heads up, so now you know. Somebody's coming back. Now, that's not the only... time out. This person is really, really up in their head. This is the card we call the analysis paralysis. A paralysis. They are... I think there's a truth that they have not communicated with you. They themselves, I ask about their intentions, have not been able to communicate with you either at all or in a way that they need to about, maybe it's about why they felt they couldn't invest in this or couldn't invest in it for the long run, and it could have had to do with family. Or these are your person feeling nostalgic about you in the past. This person could have potentially played mind games, and I think they're feeling bad about that now, or to some extent guilty. I think they've tried to move on, or rather they want to move on because we ask what their intentions are. I think they want to move to some kind of calmer waters with you. I don't know if that's to get closure, to give you closure, to just, whatever, or I don't have a card here, reconciliation, but yeah, I think you've been in time out with this person. And I think they've been going through something. I think they might have been having troubles with stability and money in their lives. They've been at some kind of crossroads. I don't know what this is about. Could be about your relationship. Feeling remorse and regret. Yeah, that could have had to do with some kind of an addiction. Mish, are you listening to this? You seeing your ex tonight? This weekend? Oh, our ex, Adia and Mish, are we all? Is our ex coming back? We all have the same ex, by the way. Yeah. Oh goodness, this person has held back communication. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well. Give me one or two more because I want to know. Yeah, they're missing you, and I need that to be in the upright, and it's not. Oh Lord, Misha's saying my ex bailed last minute just today. Well, there we go. You feel called out. He's still blocked. Well, you're better than me. I haven't taken that step, but we're not going there. We are not talking about me tonight. I'm just telling it. Trish, thank you for posting that. I really appreciate y'all so much. Give me two more cards here and then. Let me get on to these personal readings for these people who are being very patient. Of course, this might apply to y'all too. It just might. If you got an X in the picture, I think this is about an X. Okay. Let's try turning it over. Ooh, I almost dropped the whole deck. All right, come on now. Come on. Please give me 2 more cards here to make this clear. I mean, it could just be... How is that intentions? Because they miss you. I mean, yeah, I don't even have the card of like closure. Okay, here we go. All right, let me restate this because I asked what might be coming towards you in love this weekend. This can be an energy. I need to make this very clear. I don't have cards that really show me communication. I don't have cards here that really would show me like forward movement per se. So maybe this is just an energy, like your person is really thinking about this and in this energy this weekend, because then I get this hermit. This talks about isolation. So you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting a real feeling that this person is now in their feelings, and I think that's making them almost, how can I say this? They're afraid of their own feelings. So it's like they're wanting to pull back even more because they're afraid they might say something that they don't need to say. Yeah, they know they've kept you waiting. For many of you, they know they kept you waiting. They made a choice. I think for many of you, they made a conscious choice to keep you waiting. In this no contact energy is what it looks to me like. So for whoever this is applying to. Yeah, and this is reckless energy. I hate to always call this the player card, but could be this person was run jumping and playing, I don't know, but I swear to you, I'm getting that energy. And yeah, he would do that. He might do that, this king of, or frankly the queen too. I'm feeling a little manipulation here, guys. And I don't have the king, I don't have the magician in reverse, but it sure feels like it. I don't get the energy of I couldn't. I get the energy I'm making you wait here. That just... I'm making you wait for this. For somebody out there. Yeah. Yeah. For somebody out there, that is the story. So... I know. Oh, I'm hearing his song. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Yeah, I can't sing a note in a bucket, but yeah, I can hear his voice. Oh, goodness. And why are they making us wait if they are so miserable? I would say, in a nutshell, that comes down to they're afraid of their own feelings. And they're afraid there's going to be conflict when they do show up. Yeah, they are very afraid there's going to be conflict when they show up. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, probably because they took so darn long, or they didn't give you something that they know you wanted. Maybe they thought you were needy, or they were being needy, or there's something to do with dependence or codependence here. And somebody just didn't want to get up off their throne and change. They just didn't want to change or transform something here. And so maybe they were getting some bad karma. They could have been. Some of these people were getting bad karma. For what, you ask? Go ahead. I heard you. I heard you say, for what? What were they getting bad karma for? I know I heard somebody out there ask. They were getting bad karma for this. Now, in this deck in particular, it doesn't have to be in the reverse. This is overindulging to me. Overindulging in whatever you decide that is. Could be with another person. Could be with someone who embodies these qualities of this very indulgent, self-absorbed queen. Yeah, could be this person was very manipulative. There it is. And could be they were sneaky, sneaky snake here. Full-on deception. And you said, well, and I can also, and they weren't healed. This person isn't healed. Yeah, they needed to learn more lessons here. Yeah, they needed to listen to their intuition and get single over this situation, but they didn't do it. Whatever. Okay, that's for some of you. Oh. Thank you, Desi, for taking care of that one. Alrighty, alrighty. Golly. Well, heads up, everybody. Incoming. No, I can't say that. Again, I don't have cards that talk about a lot of motion or, but for some of you, I think they will. And then for some of you, you're just going to get more silence. Absolute more silence. I think the majority, this is what you're going to get. More silence here. And for some of you, I have to tell you, for some of you, this silence is about, because they don't want to tell you the truth. They straight up don't want to tell you the truth. That's part of what they're overthinking here. How can I communicate and not have to tell them this truth? Tell them the truth about why I didn't want to invest in this or why I didn't. There it is. All right. Oh, goodness, y'all. Okay, well, there you have it. Okay, that's pretty clear to me. Thank you, Spirit. Appreciate you making that clear. Yeesh. Yep. I think I will turn off my phone, lock my doors. Oh. Okay. Yes, of course, Crow. There's no, yes. What Crow said, just because there's he's and she's on the card, it can be any gender. There's no gender in tarot. So, yes. I just refer to it as he or she, usually because that's what's on the card. But absolutely, that's right. Can be. I don't read body parts, as one of my favorite readers says. All right. So, Bee Wasp, what is your question tonight? And let me see. Oh, goodness. Y'all got to get those likes up. We got almost 90 people in here and only 23 likes. That is not acceptable. No, seriously. It's just a way of you saying you appreciate your readers spending their time here with you on a Friday night because, you know, it's it helps our channels grow and it helps us feel appreciated. So I appreciate it when y'all do that. Thank you so much. Please and thank you to everybody. And thank y'all for being here if I haven't said that. Oh, Crow, well, I'd love that. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for the new subscriber if they sign up. I'm very grateful always. Thank you. Dizzy said, Mama said, know what you want so we can wrap this up tonight. Well, that's partly on me. You know, I'm the one that kind of drags these out sometimes, but I like to get into discussions too. I don't just like to be on here just reading cards. I think that's part of our learning process for many of us too. Oh, yes, Mish, I forget about that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so Bee Wasp. Bee Wasp, please post your question for me. Oh, Georgia, thank you so much. I don't know, I kind of think I'm a hot mess tonight. Like I said, I'm literally here in my gym clothes that I left the house with early this morning. I thought that my day might go a little differently, but that's all right. I'm here. Desi, you can spam with those hearts all you want to. That tickles me when I see those hearts dancing. That tickles me. We had a good, Adia, we missed you, by the way. We had a good members-only chat this week. I think it was good. I enjoyed it. I did... Mercury is retrograde. Neptune is retrograde. What else? There's another one that's retrograde right now. Is it Saturn or one of the... Anyway. So I've had several electronic mishaps this week already. So I was trying to use my software to do that. Anyway, trying to use some software I have for the members-only chat. And when I do that, sometimes YouTube doesn't push it out. They don't send the notifications to, I don't know, everybody or some people, whatever. Anyway, so I had a topic about soul contracts. And so I was talking about them for 13, 14 minutes. And when nobody was there, I finally concluded my conversation and got off and then started another live. And that's where everybody found me and showed up. So anyway, all that is to say that if any of my members here weren't there, I did post that video in the members only content. So I do have memberships for those lovely people who would like to be part of my family, part of my soul tribe. And you can, there's a link in the description box. You can go and click and find out what those perks are. But one of them is members only live chats. And I think we have a good time. Oh, my Lord. See, Mish, I've been told that. Mish says she had to delete the app to get the notifications. I've heard other readers say that. Kind of to get the reset you need with the YouTube, you literally have to delete it off your phone, reload it, sign in, probably have to unsubscribe and resubscribe and turn the notifications on. It's like, oh, Lordy. So, yeah, well, thank you for doing it. Oh, Thomas, thank you. That's exactly what we like to hear. We like that, and we try very hard to keep it positive in here. You can see I've got fabulous moderators here, and we don't take any. Did I ever? Bee Wasp was ever? I'm just looking. Did I ever hear? Bee Wasp, are you not here? Oh, Green Eyes in Liverpool. Well, hello, a salute back to you. I hate you had to do that, but you know, sometimes you can just update the app, but sometimes it doesn't work. Like I said, I've heard other. Colleen, hey, sweetie, did you see where that was you, that you bought a reading at the last minute on the live, and I just want to be sure that you saw that I refunded you. I think that was you. I don't have too many members named Colleen. Okay, well, we will move on. Maybe that, I don't know why. Maybe they had to go do something else. So, S-Free. S-Free. Well, you're welcome. Surely, Colleen. I'm sorry that I couldn't. You know, you were coming in, I think, right at the last minute as I was signing off that night. So, you just check your PayPal. It should be in there. I did it, I think, that night before I went to bed. Which, Oh, okay, Adia, thank you. That was a donation. Well, God bless them. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize that. I can't tell the difference sometimes. Okay, good. You're here. Anyway, that's one of the advantages of paying with PayPal is if something happens, I can do that. Okay, now S-Free, let me see. I'm trying to scroll and see if you posted your question in the box up here. Oh, here we go. This requires glasses. Okay. We're asking about Mustafa. All right. Does he still have feelings for you? Is he thinking about you? And does he have somebody else? That's 3 questions. Just saying. We'll see what we can get. Just asking if this is the best deck. They want the light seer. All right. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Oh. Okay, yeah, just what we can get. So, let me focus. We're asking about Mustafa's feelings toward S311 here, first of all. Feelings, thinking and feeling. How is Mustafa thinking and feeling about S3? There is something tickling me, and I don't know what that is. Wow. Well, I don't know what in the Sam Hill happened with you two. The answer is there was a lot. There is. I mean, I asked how does he feel about you present tense. There is a lot of love there, and yet he's saying, but I'm unhappy too. Okay, well, let me, And I'm not going to dive in and try to get a big backstory. Hopefully this will make sense to you, but that's the 2 cards that fell out. See if you want anything else. Anything else about how he's thinking and feeling. He's saying, but I can't, or I wouldn't, put time, energy, and effort in this for the long term. In other words, I couldn't invest like I needed to maybe, or like you wanted him to. I think it's a him, right? Wanted him to. Or this present tense, like now. I mean, maybe this person's with somebody else and that's why they can't. I don't know the story, of course. That's pretty common. I don't know yet. We'll ask that in a minute. Ooh. Feeling very disappointed. Oh. Well, what in the world is going on? Well, James, if you will read back, my moderators have been posting also how you can get a free reading. So you might want to scroll back and see if you can find that comment. So, because I am giving one away on Sunday. Oh my goodness, what in the world is, okay. I mean, he's still holding out hope, apparently. Still hopeful. There we go. Thank you, Desi. Okay. Wow, this is not what I expected if you haven't been talking to somebody for months. But then I've given up having any expectations about what comes out here. You never know. All right, Desi, boy, you got it going on here, man. I love it. Y'all are serious. Now, of course, this could be representing him. But when we ask, how does he feel about you, and something like this comes out, I would say this says, he thinks you're capable, you're smart, you're an entrepreneur, and very attractive, because the King and Queen of Wands, they are the head turners of the zodiac. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me? Yeah. Oh, all right, here we go. Yeah. The King and Queen of Wands, what I just said. King and Queen of Wands, right? How he feels about you is you would have been a divine couple, or you are a divine couple even. However, there was deception. Somebody here, this is the card we call the lying and cheating and whatever. And at the bottom of the deck, I have another king. So I have 2 kings and 1 queen here. So I think somebody was playing around here. Somebody could have been married. Yep, there's the 3 of Cups. This person is missing you. I mean, I do have the reconciliation card, but sometimes this can be not so much about reconciliation. I won't discount it for you, but it can talk about somebody waking up, a rebirth. But in a love reading, because they're missing you. Okay, well, that's how they're thinking and feeling. All right. Let's ask if, I think we know the answer. Somebody here's got another person, I think. I don't know who's who. Like I said earlier, I don't read body parts. I think this is a classic case of the grass was not greener. Again, I don't know who's who. S3, you're going to sound off. There you are. Okay, I just now saw your comment. You're saying he didn't say he has someone when we were together, but he has been lying. He never said anything until now. I've got the Fool card. This talks about a new beginning. So, you know, taking a leap of faith after an ending. Again, this feels like, but what's being illuminated is something to do with somebody being at a crossroads or an indecision where they were put out in the cold virtually, and now they want to come back. They caused a breakup. There was a lack of truth here. There was conflict. I mean, the whole story's right there. Now, this could have happened since you split up. That could be a story that happened since you split up. Please bear that in mind. I'm not saying it happened while you were together. You asked me, how does he feel now, like right now? So don't go back and read into that he was cheating on you when he might not have been then. So does he have someone now is the question we want to ask. Does Mustafa have someone now? Good. Okay, good. I'm glad you understood what I was saying there. Yeah, it's real important, to me anyway, as a reader. You have to always go back to the question that you ask and how you ask it. That's how I read, anyway. Okay, I think this deck, one more. If you don't want to talk anymore, we'll go to a different deck. Nope, okay. Really, maybe the little one. So can you tell me, please, does Mustafa have someone currently that he's involved with romantically? Well, maybe Spirit doesn't want us to know. What do you think? If he did, I think it's over, but because, no, I'm not going to say that. Wait 1 minute. Let me get more out, because that could literally be two ways on that. No, it does not look like they have anybody currently. If anything, I think it's saying that this person would be open to talking to you again. They may be hoping they've got some metaphorical ships coming into the harbor. You know, it's not the card about options, but it's also about timing. And then I have the World card in reverse, which talks about, you know, this is somebody who can't walk away. Maybe they can't walk away from hoping that something is still going to materialize here, and they want to repeat another cycle. So if you want this person back, it looks pretty optimistic, but just either they're afraid your walls will be up, or maybe you're afraid his walls will be up. But this can also mean, well, we've had a lot of fights and a lot of battles, but maybe can we give this one more try? And yet, I think he feels this is how you feel. I think this is you might be putting, you know, resistance and putting a wall up, possibly. I think he doesn't know how you feel. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is no forward movement. We're sitting in that field. The horse himself is sitting down, watching the grass grow. Because there's been so much disappointment here, he doesn't see how things are going to move forward right now. But I don't see another person here. and I'll tell you something else. I think he's trying to make some choices in his life, maybe regarding you. See, this person is trying to choose one wand. I mean, this card is about making a choice, choosing one over the other. So this person has chosen that wand. But I think he's afraid that he doesn't have what it takes to see it through, whatever this means. Could even, so he's thinking that this was a missed opportunity. And this could speak about money. Maybe he doesn't have enough money in his mind. He can't provide for you in some way. He's trying to listen to his intuition now. Yeah. But there was mind games played here, and whoever left who out in the cold, we know that. Yeah, there was injustice. I'm assuming this is your relationship that the cards are talking about here, and then a Tower moment. So no, to answer your second question there, I do not see another picture. If a person in the picture, if there was one, I don't think they're together now. So that's what I've got for you, S Free. I hope that helps. So I don't know if you want this person, I don't know where you stand on all that, but oh really, Desi, is that so? It was and that happens, y'all have heard me talk about this before, that happens sometimes. I've had as many as 4 people in a reading say it sounded like they're reading their situation. So hey Paulette, hey Brittany, how are y'all tonight? Love and blessings to you, Paulette. That's so sweet. Thank you. All right. Well, I hope that gives you some clarity. I don't know what to, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's your decision, of course, if you want this person back, or, again, I don't know the circumstances there, but you are very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for being here and for purchasing a reading tonight. I appreciate you. Poison, yes, it's a perfect time for you to ask a question, because I don't know, moderators, I don't think I have anybody waiting, do I? So yes, please ask away. I do not have all the answers, I will tell you that, but I'm happy to try. Okay, thank you, Adia. So yes, ask away. Aw. Do you know, Paulette, I think that's what distinguishes this channel is these beautiful moderators that are over here that greet everybody and say hello to everybody. That really makes it special in here, I think, compared to a lot of other chats. So thank you for affirming that for me. Oh, great question. Poison is asking, saying rather, I'm new to tarot. My therapist does it, and she might do it on me, with me. What should I expect? I think actually have no expectations. Go in kind of feeling neutral about it. To me, it's kind of like, what is the question are you going to ask her a question? Is she going to ask you a question? Is she pulling tarot about your situation that you are in counseling for? So I kind of might need a little bit more context there. But really, it's tarot is just a tool. The way I look at it now, I haven't heard many other, none other, let me just say, I haven't heard another tarot reader refer to it this way. This is how I look at it. That because I believe in law of manifestation, and that all of our thoughts and feelings are, you know, floating around in the quantum field out there, and we can manifest anything, but it's helpful if we know what the current trajectory we're on looks like. So when I do a reading, I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just focusing on one point in a timeline, for example, that shows you kind of what's in the energy at this one moment. It's just a snapshot. But it can change at any moment because you have free will and you're a powerful creator. And so for me, it's never telling the future. It's only telling you what's going on right now and what the potential is. Like if you ask me, am I going to get a job, or am I going to something, it's only a potential. And it's the potential that's most active at the moment in the quantum fields for you. So that's how I look at it. Again, I don't hear other readers talk about it that way. But there are a lot of good readers, and then there are readers who just read cards. So, of course, I don't know anything about the person that you're referring to, but this is just a tool. There are archetypal meanings to the cards, but a good reader is going to go beyond that. And so, again, kind of has a lot to do with the reader, has to do with the question. I, again, say your best reading is going to be if you have no expectations and you go in very neutral and can just kind of be a blank slate and let her read your, again, I presume she's kind of reading your situation maybe. So that's how I look at it, Poison. Is that helpful? Oh, thank you, Poison. I appreciate your subscription. Thank you so much. See, I like to talk about those kind of things. That's a great question. Because people don't know. If you've never been exposed to it, how would you know what it's about? It's not voodoo. It's not. It's just a tool to help bring messages in. Like I said, that's basically just a check-in point, I guess I would say. So I'm glad that was helpful. Thank you for asking a great question. Yeah, and welcome to the tribe. Thank you, Desi. That's awesome. So, Desi, you wish you had an easy button that said banned? Funny. Oh, Desi, thank you for asking. I don't know if you were here yet. I was talking about getting frustrated with technology and Mercury retrograde this week. It has not been my friend. That I did a 30-minute in-depth reading for Scorpios, and there was no sound at all, not even a crackle. So I have to do it over. Oh. And I did, some personals. By the way, I do personal readings out there, private readings, if anybody's interested. But, oh, Anne. Well, I'm going to say to you, Anne, it's never about what happens to us. It's what you do with it that matters. So don't you let that hurt you. Don't you let that hurt your ego or how you feel about yourself. You brush that off. You brush it right on off. Whether you're fat or skinny or right in between, it has nothing to do with your self-worth. So you just Just know that. Only if you choose it to matter does it matter. Guys, I love y'all so much. My moderators are just so busy tonight. Oh, do you, Desi? Okay. What I'm wanting to do is have a live meditation, like an ongoing, I don't know if it'll be once a week or once every other week, a live ongoing meditation class. And then I also want to do a live group for deceased loved ones, do a mediumship reading for deceased loved ones. I have so many plans. I just need to clone myself. Really. And you like the energy house clearing. Okay. My thinking on that, Desi, actually, Mish and I were talking about this. I think probably what I'll do, because in order for me to teach you the house clearing, I use a pendulum. So you'll have to know how to use the pendulum. So that's a whole other course. So I have to create the pendulum course and then create the house clearing course. So it's on my to-do list. It is on my to-do list. But the pendulum is such an amazing, useful tool for, gosh, so many things. Those and the rods. And Zoom would, I know, because I want it to be interactive. I want to be able to see and talk to y'all and all that good stuff. Oh, Desi, that's sweet. That's a good question. Yes, Desi, email is a good way. However, if you've got questions, please remember that other people might be thinking that too. Those might be really good questions for me to cover either in a members only live or even here. So just keep that in mind. Like I posted before I did the members only live chat this week, what questions do you have? Because I'm always looking to answer questions that you guys want to know answers to. Oh, good. Paulette has a pendulum too. Yes. Desi, you wanted to know. Yeah, and that's another video. Mish has been on me to do that, suggesting, not nagging, suggesting me to make a video, but kind of about how I got to where I am and what I do. It's a longer story, but the gist of it is, it started with me losing my temper. True story. With my kids, and I realized in that moment I had a major epiphany that, oh my gosh, I'm becoming my father, who was very abusive. And I said, oh, no. I am not going to be that parent. That is not happening. I'm breaking this cycle right now. So I started meditating, looking for ways to calm myself and be a better parent. And then I found a group because I wanted to be with like-minded people. And then that group had a teacher, and I met the teacher, and then I became a student of that teacher. And that just reminded me, Mish, I forgot to send you that link, didn't I? Anyway, so I have been a student of this particular teacher since 1989. And he is from the Chinese community in Malaysia. And so he has a broad spectrum of knowledge. He was trained by a shaman in the jungle there. And yet he's very Western too. He's Eastern and Western. And so that's how I was trained. And he taught us a lot about intuition. That, I've told the story many times. For some of you have heard it too many times, but when I started doing readings, he would teach us just to basically sit down. Oops, I forgot to mute my thing. Hang on one second. We would do what's called cold readings. There were no cards. There was nothing. You sat down in front of somebody and you just started talking. So, like I said, I've been doing readings since I started with him. And then he taught us about energy and how to do energy healing with people. And he taught us about spirits in nature and the good, the bad, the ugly of all that. And, you know, because I've been doing workshops with him, like I said, for 35 years. And then along the way, I started teaching myself. I think I started teaching in 1993. And then was asked by my students because they liked what I was doing in the class, but they wanted more, so I started a private practice and did that for 20 whatever years, and retired once or twice, but it doesn't stick. So here I am on YouTube. I know it's kind of a long answer. I believe me, that's the short version of all of that. And I get asked a little bit. I am a busy woman, yes, because I have actually in-person classes here, in addition to the stuff I do for YouTube. So yeah, I am busy. Price Casey, psychology, teaching, or dependency? Teaching. So that's sort of I'm a mishmash of a lot of skills, I guess you would say. I have a variety in my toolbox. And it was back in, I guess, 2001, I think it was, when I started being able to communicate with the other side for deceased loved ones, and I didn't start doing that till probably, oh, well, let's see, that would have been 2015 years later, almost. But I do like doing it. So anyway, that's well, Desi, I think you found one here, but it's harder. That's why I really, in my life, when the student's ready to teach your peers, that's certainly what happened to me. Trish, it is. Thank you for saying that. It really, I think it is a very caring and thoughtful group that we have here, for sure. And I just realized I'm way behind here. Let me see. Mishmash. I love it. Y'all just having a conversation over there. I'm loving it. Let me show y'all something, because you asked about that. Let's see, I have to remember where it is. Just a second. Let me go get something in here. Well, I thought it was here. Wait one second. Yes, that was one. Where's the other one? I love it when I hide things from myself. Oh, here it is. So when I do some of my work, I use pendulums, as I've said, and I have basically two that I use. This is just a very simple rose quartz. I think I got it off of Etsy. It's nothing particularly fancy, but I like how it talks. So that's one, and then this one, and they've both been blessed, this is not your traditional one, but I found it on a workshop when I was away with my teacher. And I don't know if you can see that they're all glass beads. Like these, I think, were meant to represent the chakras, whatever, but isn't that pretty? So these are a couple of my pendulums that I use when I'm working. And I have more, but let's see, I have, no, they're not over there. I was going to say, just thought y'all might like to see those. Do you like that one? Which one do you like? This one? That's the one. That's the blingy one. It is pretty though, isn't it? It really is. It's cloudy here now, but if the sun was shining, you can see how pretty it lights up. Yeah, it's got a good energy about it too. Yeah, I thought y'all would like that one. That's the special one for sure. It's just that it's a little bit bigger. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, it's a little bit harder to get it, and I'm not in the right position to do it at Pierre. It's like the bigger it is, sometimes, see, but it does talk. It certainly does talk. Oh, Dizzy, what question? I missed it. What's your question? Let me see when I get a job in some friend. To new classes since we live like an arrow. Oh, that's right. I forget you do live. That would be awesome, Dizzy. Yes. Right now, I have Monday at noon, and I'm going to start one for that one's a little bit more advanced because those people have been with me, and they took a 6-week course. So I am going to be starting one. I'll probably wait till school starts for new people because I've got several people that are waiting for that class, and I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to do it on Sunday afternoon, but it interferes with my Sunday evening here, so I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do that one, Daisy, but I would love to have you, absolutely. Trish says, I have one that's beautiful. Yes, Trish. Well, the thing with crystals, pendulums, is a lot of people don't know is you need to clear them and program them. And that's the biggest thing that I think people just, you just get it in the mail from Etsy or whatever, and so you need to have a conversation and, like I said, program it. That's what I teach people. So yours must be ready to go there. So you have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. What time are your classes? My Monday class is at noon to 2-ish. I'm trying to think if I could do something around that. Maybe do a second class on Monday. Could you do that, Desi? Monday afternoon, say 3 to 5. Oh, Trish, thank you for asking. Well, they're not actually on my website. What I have there now, because remember, y'all, I was retired. I was retired twice, I think. Well, yeah. And for my other profession, also that would be a third retirement. So when I decided to get back into things, because honestly, I just felt the planet needed. It just needs more people who can help people, to be honest. You've got classes in the morning and 2 o'clock at Wallace State. Okay, well, excuse me. The class that is posted is my ongoing Monday class, but I hesitate to bring new people into that class because you'd be a little lost. It's more for you than the other people because we do things that you wouldn't, it would take me so long to get you up to speed, and you'd probably feel a little lost. So that's why I think maybe a new class with some other people would be good for you, Desi. So yeah, shoot me an email and then we can talk about when you know what your schedule's going to be. Let me see what I'm doing. I've also got a third, I don't know if it's going to be a third class yet. at a place downtown. So that might even be better if you're taking classes downtown. Again, I was just waiting because typically here where we are, everybody goes to the beach or the mountains for the summer, and it gets cranked back up when school starts. So I was kind of waiting for that. Exactly, Trish, what the world needs now. That would be awesome, Desi, yes. So I have the meditation class, but we do a lot of stuff in there. What I probably will do is start one for what it's called Meditation Light. Yeah. Because most people want that more watered down Western kind of version of meditation to start with anyway. My pleasure, Poison. I'm so glad you asked it. It was a great question. I hope you'll come back and join us. Because I'm waiting. I hope somebody else will have another question. Pierre, no, I didn't, because this chat goes pretty fast. So I'm not sure what you asked. Huntsville, yeah, that would be a little bit of a commute. Hey, Joseph, how are you tonight? Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Look, all the members in here. I love it, guys. I love it. Well, if nobody wants a reading, we could get off and do a members only here or something. Oh, goodness. Oh, John, I'm a complete optimist about the future of humanity. Everybody gets so focused on how ugly it is in the world. And, it's been like this since the beginning of mankind. I mean, there's always war. Well, I won't say that. There's always conflict. And I will say that, people get so focused on how ugly it is and what's going on that they don't realize that's what change looks like. It's like birthing a baby. We're birthing a new consciousness here on the planet. And often it's ugly and it hurts. So let me just say it that way. But no, I think for sure we are moving toward more expanded consciousness. The veil is getting thinner between us and the non-physical world. More people are becoming awakened. More people are, again, expanding their awareness, and people are changing. Now, that's a slow change because there are also people who aren't. And sadly, those have to leave the planet and new souls be born again. But we are definitely, think about where we've come from. Every generation is smarter and better and more awakened than the one before it. But it just takes time. It takes a new generation being born, the old generation dying out. We learn, we come back, we do things differently. So I'm very encouraged by where we're going. I really do believe that. And I'm doing my little part here to help people, whatever I can. Pierre, thank you so very much for that donation. That is so kind. Thank you. And did I hear why did I think you're from California? Well, I don't know. I might have caught somebody else's conversation here. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Pierre. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody who's here. We have some good conversations here, even when I'm not reading. So does anybody have a question about, just a general question, not a personal reading question, about, things?
Ask away, Darlene.
Thank you, Siri.
You're welcome.
Yes, my Siri is an Australian male voice. Get over it. Oh, goodness. So, does anybody have sort of a general question about metaphysics, esoteric things, tarot. Again, I'm not an expert, but happy to answer what I can. Yes, they have been skipping me tonight, haven't they, Desi? And I'm thinking about your question, Pierre. I'm going to answer you differently. What do you want? What do you want? So many people think that our true soul's purpose is something that's given to us like a mantle to wear. Most of the time it's not. Most of the time your true soul's purpose is being in alignment. Now, what does that mean? We're powerful creators. We came here to expand the universe through our desires. That's a huge concept most people don't understand. You know, God is experiencing himself through us, through our 3D experiences here. That is unique to each and every person. That is unique to our planet. And so it's really not that somebody's giving you some soul's purpose. It's what do you want to do? And then you go about the business of making that happen through manifesting it, through claiming and owning who you are as a powerful creator. Again, it's not something, please, I'm a poor human, please give me my life's purpose here. And I'm not making fun of you, I'm not. This is how a lot of people feel, you know, like some poor pauper, give me my life's purpose. No, it's your life's purpose is to create, to be in alignment with your desires so that you can expand the universe, that you can be a better person and expand good positive energy here on the planet. It really, just being a good and simple person is enough. Yeah, that's right, Desi. Thank you for that. Yeah, just general, this is general discussion, yeah. So I want you to wrap your head around that for a second, what implications that has. Oh, I heard something interesting I'll share with y'all. Excuse me. I was watching an interview, and sadly, I don't remember the man's name. So sorry. I would tell you in a heartbeat. I just don't. I was in a hurry, and I didn't catch it. But he was doing an interview with a research scientist who they were at a convention, and this research scientist was at a dinner table with other scientists, but the other scientists were all working at CERN. And if you don't know what CERN is, Google it. That's where they house the Big Hadron Collider. And she was asking them questions for her own personal information and research. And she asked this question. She said all three of them at the same time came out with the same answer, which she asked the question about how many dimensions are there now? In other words, they're continuing to discover. And their answer, all three of them, they said at the same time, was 17. So now scientists have discovered there are 17 dimensions that we know about. This is just what we know about. And the other part of that was, so I'm kind of back to what I was talking about, being creators, and there is so much here beyond our understanding. So I want you to think bigger, is my point. Think bigger, broader, unlimited, in terms of what your soul purpose might be, as opposed to thinking like a limited human being. Snooty, yeah, I would agree with that. That's right. There's only one of us here. Understand. Everything is happening at the same time. Yet we're all in these different points on our timelines, but it's all happening at once. 17. I know, exactly, Dizzy. I can, that's how I thought too. Oh, goodness. I think I have a foot in 4D and 5D sometimes, but 17 blew my mind. The last count I'd heard was 12. That was several years ago, so that kind of blew my mind. But Pierre, I'm asking tarot. It's not giving me much, so apparently it thinks I'm on the right track. Let me see if there's anything else here. Well, Desi says maybe incarnating won't be as trying in those dimensions as it is here. Well, yes, because there probably won't be incarnation. There won't be a need for a physical body. There won't be. That's why we incarnate, to experience through the 3D world. No. I'm going to go back, Pierre, to what I said about you need to think bigger than you're thinking right now. And the reason I say that, yeah. If you can look at the artwork, this is the Page of Cups. Now, he is looking, I don't know if you can see it closer here. This, to me, gives me energy of, like, the freshman in the high school who's got a crush on the cheerleader, and he wants to ask her out. And part of him knows there's no way she's going to go out with him, but part of him can't help himself. So he's got, his heart is thumping here, but he's also looking up, and there's a little pink pig here with wings on it, like when pigs fly. Now, Spirit wants you to think bigger here. When pigs fly is when you can find this happiness. You can sit on a rainbow. Not really. Of course, we don't sit on rainbows. But the point is, I think my message for you is on point. Whatever you're thinking about in terms of your soul's mission, you are not thinking big enough. You are limiting yourself. And I think you're waiting for something, again, to fall in your lap versus deciding what you want to do and going after it. That can be just as much soul's purpose. Because if it's meant to be, in kind of your terminology, I think is probably how you're feeling about it, and most people do. You're gonna find alignment with it if you're thinking positively. Is it working, or was I just hitting it? I can move it. Watch your ears, everybody. I was probably banging it, wasn't it? Sorry. Thank you, Adia. Is that better? Is that better? This is brand new. It better be working. I bought a new mic setup for you guys. So hopefully that's better. Why is it lagging? That would be weird. That's probably YouTube or internet. I mean, literally, this is the first time I tried to use it the other day, but that first time I've used it, so. Pierre, yeah. Get in alignment with what makes you happy, because typically the things that make you happy because it's sort of an inner something you already have an affinity for. And that often is in alignment with your soul's mission, your life purpose. Again, get happy. Do things that make you happy. The message is repeating itself here. You're at a point in your life where you think you're questioning whether you want to continue and invest in other things that are not necessarily what you really want to be doing the rest of your life. Yeah, get clear on that. Get clear on that. You're going through a bit of a, I won't say dark night of the soul, but a self-questioning period right now. I think you're feeling a little bit out of control, or your life is feeling out of control. You're worried and stressed. You may have isolated yourself, or you need to a little bit to go through some healing. You need to do a little bit more self-love. More self-love, self-care, self-love, less connected to the material world. That's where your victory lies. Yeah, your truth is coming. But you have to walk, there's something you've got to walk away from first. Something you've got to walk away from first. I don't know what that is. I think you will. I think you will know what that is. So Pierre, that's a quickie for you, but hope that helps. I hope it helped other people here too, because I think I'm hearing more than you needed to hear that tonight. Okay, anybody else have a general question? That's right, slots are open. Slots are open, or I'm going to get the heck off and go have a night off. I don't think I've turned my TV on in a couple of weeks. That might be nice. I'll go do that. Yes, Snooty, what's your question? Robert, personal readings you have to pay for. That information is pinned at the top of the chat. Although I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you very much. I'm asking for just general questions about metaphysics or esoterics. Birth signs are typically done by birth date. Yeah, birth date. Because most people can't even be sure when they were conceived. What else, Snooty? Birth, yes. I knew what you meant, birth. Read Rudolf Steiner's Karma and Reincarnation. Is that a good book? I've got all you great moderators here, and where are the people? Yep, and that's how you get a free reading. So if anybody wants free reading, Trish just posted that. Well, gosh, I don't know what to do here. Twiddling my thumbs. No questions, no nothing. Well, good, J-Star. Thank you so much. You got a question, a general question about, I don't know, spiritual things, esoteric, metaphysical? That would be lovely. He wrote in the 1800s to the early 1900s. I need to write that down. Rudolf Steiner. I have heard of him. Karma and Reincarnation. I'm going to write it down there. Rudolph Steiner's Karma Reincarnation. What does a reading consist of? Well, if you're talking about, well, that's a broad question. If you mean a reading with me here tonight, you ask a question, one question, and I typically pull tarot cards for you. Now, there's a long explanation about why I don't predict the future here, which I already talked about earlier. But I can give you guidance that tells you what your current trajectory is about something. Because I look at this as pulling potentials out of your quantum field of possibilities. But yeah, I read tarot cards is the short answer to that. Yes, Snooty, I recommend Joe Dispenza and also Abraham Hicks because I love, to talk about law of manifestation here. Yep. I'm sorry, were you going to, Snooty? I'm sorry, I thought there was another question coming in. I don't know why I feel like I got lipstick all over my teeth, but I do. CH, I'm going to ask that you please rewind this video. I gave my whole life's history about 30 minutes ago. No, it is not a hobby. It is a profession. It is one of the skills in my toolbox. And I know cards are not, it's not about believing in the cards. The cards are just a tool. I believe in myself and my connection to the divine. I believe in my team. I believe in what I do. Readings are about the reader. These are just one tool that the reader has in their toolbox. Some readers only have this as a tool. Mish, I'm going to refund that if you did that just to keep this live going. You know that's going to happen, right? Yeah, I will. Because y'all don't do that. I love y'all too much to do that. Y'all do enough for me as it is. Because I'm a firm believer that, if I'm supposed to be here and I'm supposed to help people, they're going to be here too. And if not, just wasn't the night. Everybody's I'm supposed to help's out doing something else. So that's how I look at it. No, CH, you misunderstood. You asked me reading. Reading is a general term. Yes, I would be reading for someone else. There is the reader and there is the querent. The querent is the person you are who's getting the reading. And no, I don't read for myself because it's too much of confirmation bias. No, you misunderstood. No, I'm not talking about reading for me. No, I'm talking about doing a reading. Well, Fox, thank you so much for that. That's right. Mish is my agent, and I don't know, you've got too many job descriptions right now, Mish. It should be a concern. I mean, not that you're not a good reader, Mish. It should, I think, always be a concern for a reader doing their own readings because, again, confirmation bias. It's hard to be neutral. Absolutely not, CH. There'd be too much karma for that. I would never do that. Nope. Nope, I deliver the news like it is, like it or not. Now, I try to, if it's bad news, deliver it as kindly as I can, but no, I would never do that. No, I just would not want that karma. Yeesh. You don't read for yourself either, do you? I mean, I won't lie. I pull cards just to see what it says, but I got one the other day that was just off the charts positive, and I laughed and put it back and walked out. Oh, no, that is, I know. Now, on the one hand, you could say, oh, but that's in the potential field. Well, of course it is. On the other hand, I'm a realist. Excuse me, it was too many unicorns and rainbows in that one. No. Yeah, there is that. Down to earth. I do, yeah, down to earth. Too pragmatic. All right, 1 second here. Let me see if Mish left me a love note over here. Nope, I don't see you left me a love note. Just spill some tea. Okay. Spill some tea. Who do we want to spill tea on? I don't know. It looks like just moderators in here. We could just get off and have an us chat since nobody else wants a reading, I guess. We could do that. I did do one this week, though. I did already do one, but, I love it when y'all are all up in here. I don't see it, but, PayPal has done this before where it didn't show up to the next day, and I trust you, so I'm not even worried about that. Here, let me go back. Look again. I mean, I'm not going to not do it because I don't see it here. That has nothing to do with it. Okay, there it is. It just showed up. You know I'm going to refund that, don't you? You're so funny. Oh, by the way, we'll talk before the end of the week, but I'm looking forward to our Scorpio, what should we call it? Scorpio retreat this weekend. Next weekend. Next weekend. So are you, okay, so who wants a free reading? Is that, are you giving a reading away to somebody? Is that what you're trying to do here? Lots of intensity. You get a life. You're gonna get a life soon. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job and a second job is what you're about to do. You're about to go viral, Missy. See, you've been holding out on me. I just found out you have a YouTube channel. Adia, she's been holding out on us. It's about her boys, and they are so precious. I really kind of wish they were going to be there next weekend so I could meet them. I did say shot out of a cannon, and I'm just saying it again. Because it's a niche that I think is needed now. Well, you've heard me say about my videos. I've got, I don't even know how many now, 400 plus here. I've never edited one of them, not one of them. I don't do that. It's just like Is me or else? Because one, I don't want to have to spend my life sitting there editing videos. That's the real big reason. And you know I'm authentic. You know, I mess up, I'm human, I do stuff, whatever. Trying to get these feelings that, yeah, I know that's probably a full-time job for you. That's right, Snowdy. Amen, it does. And the divine works through everything. Amen. Amen. What do you want to know about Nicholas? Yeah, I was going to share the other part of the conversation that the scientist, I was debating about that. I might as well though, right? And I saw this interview on YouTube. It was about 15 minutes long. I could go back and look it up to see who it was, but she asked the scientist if there'd been anything like real shocking, like, I don't remember how she worded it, but excuse me. Is there a cool spread you can do I haven't seen yet? You know, like everything is. I do not know everything. So far from don't know everything. All right, I'll bite, Snowdy. What do you call an alligator who wants to be a detective, an investigator? That's cute, funny. What to expect at your upcoming semester at college? Okay, I'll pull a couple cards for you on that. So let me just finish sharing this. So back to this conversation about the scientist had with the research scientist had sitting at a table with the CERN scientist. And so she asked them, had they made any shocking connections, I think might have been the word she used, I don't remember now, to the other side. Because apparently the revelation in this interview was that there has been a portal opened up. And this was purportedly information given by a high-ranking official or scientist that works at CERN, said that there has been a portal that the collider has opened up. So she was asking about this portal and has anything come through it or gone through it or come out? And they were saying yes, in fact, something had come through it. Something not from this world. And it went back. And apparently there has been this exchange where the being that came through left a scarf and took a scarf with it, something to that effect. Whatever. So that was all that they shared. But that it's interesting that there is purportedly a portal now open, which I think there are more than. That's just the hadron. There are portals on this planet, believe me. Okay, yeah, Mish, I didn't have a chance to even look at my email. So anyway, some of you may find that interesting. All right, Nicholas, give me 2 or 3 cards for Nicholas. What's going to happen at college this year? You know, Nicholas, it's about consequences. If you study hard, the consequences are going to be that you do well. Well, what is behind the portals? I don't know. I don't think they know. They just said something came through it. They didn't say we sent somebody in it. So I don't know. I do not know. Well, Nicholas, you might feel a bit stifled. I say that because I have an Empress in reverse. She talks about expansion, creativity, nurturing, fertility, all the things you want in the upright, but in the reverse, it's the opposite of those things. So, stifled. But you might be able to, your money might be looking good. Stifled could be because you're focusing on stability and money and money. That's what it looks like. This has all the earmarks of putting your nose to the grindstone. Might not be sexy and fun, but it gets the job done. It's what that feels like. Well, that's right, Go Signals. That could be that. I mean, they didn't say it was, like I said, it was just a, that's all. I basically shared everything that she shared. And I'm sure they were not reluctant to give a whole lot of information about that out. I personally am not the least bit surprised. I know aliens live here on Earth. They're just waiting for us to have for the right time to make themselves known to us, because right now they would probably be like Chicken Little running around if we find out. But we're close. I think we're very close. I think that will happen in a matter of maybe a few years. Well, I don't know. Let's turn this over. Oh my Lord, these cards have come out in every single reading tonight, these two cards. Well, and yes, this week. This is like the card of the week. Every time I turn around, that card's coming out. Seven Pentacles in the reverse. And I think I know why. This year, yeah, that's right, Snooty. This year is a 9-year in numerology. That's the year of cutting out things that don't serve you, things that no longer work, goodbye. Deciding what we want to keep in our lives for the long term. So there's something here. You ask about your semester. Now, I don't know. This could be a person that you encounter. I kind of feel like it's you, but it could be a person. This could be a professor or a boss, somebody who's, again, stable, money's good, dependable, but it could be you. And then I've got this Page of Cups, which for me can talk about a lot of things, but it can be procrastination. It could be somebody who's emotionally unavailable, somebody who might even be moody at times. So this could be you if you're focusing and you're doing nothing but studying. But my feeling is you might be a bit moody because maybe what you're studying, you're realizing that's not what you want to do for your career for the rest of your life. You could be having an aha moment that, because this is about deciding, this is the farmer who's tending his field and deciding, gee, okay, I'm tending these plants that I've planted, these seeds that I've planted, and they're starting to come up, but is that really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Are these the seeds I want to continue planting for the rest of my life? It's in the reverse. This is saying you may be having a realization that it isn't. And it could be maybe in some way you feel, God, I can't get my, I'm having a clothing malfunction there. you could be feeling codependent in a situation. I don't know if maybe you're working with a professor and you feel codependent that, well, I've got to do this. I've got to do this even though my heart's not in it. And I don't really want to do it because otherwise how do I pay for my bills? And how do I get the grades? That kind of thing. But the good news is things are going to change. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the upright, so that means good fortune is going to come your way this year. Something that's going to make you real happy. And it may come out of some kind of competition or conflict because then you get communication about something. You know, this could be something that you kind of have to take a high ground on or defend. Like this could be defending a dissertation or something. And then or a PhD or something. And then in the end, you know, yeah, it feels really hard and you may be competing against other students for a grant or something. But in the end, it ends very well for you. In the end, it ends very well for you. But you're going to have a period in here where you're going to question this. Things coming to the light. What's coming to the light is you're having a moment of internal trying to reconcile, do I want to keep going with this or do I want to move on with this? Wait. All right, that's what I've got for you. What's to focus and need to relax? Nicholas is saying that makes sense and what my intuition has been mostly telling me for some time. Oh, well, you're very welcome, Nicholas. I do hope it helps. Of course I do. But here's the good news. I don't know if this happens because you have this epiphany about this or this is going to happen anyway. That I'm not sure. I'm inclined to think it's going to happen anyway. I'm inclined to think it's going to happen anyway because these are major arcana cards. These are out of our hands usually. So I would definitely lean towards saying whatever this good news is, it's going to come to you. Yeah. Well, you are very welcome. I'm glad I could do that for you. All right. Hey, Jessica, welcome in. How do you do? I'm very well, thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be woken up this morning. Hey, Freddie, how are you tonight? Yeah, you're going to get clarity about this, Nicholas. You're going to get clarity. Good, good, good. Happy for you. All right, people. Come on. Last call for readings. Jessica, I am in Birmingham, Alabama, USA. USA. Guys, if you want a reading, last call. The information is pinned at the top of the chat. They are $15 for PayPal or $20 Super Chat. Oh, thank you so much. Do I say your name? Is it Ghoul? Is that how I pronounced your name? My apologies if I messed it up. Oh, Pierre, thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, thank you for the reading, and thank you for that comment from Ghoul from London. I love it. I love to hear where people are from. That's right, Mish. Pay now or wait till the next live. It will be Sunday night, probably. Although I owe my Scorpios a reading. That was an interesting reading too. I really hated that didn't get recorded. But you know, everything happens for a reason, so I do believe that. Yeah, we could do that, Mish. We certainly can do that. And even Jay is here. Wait a minute. It's going to take a minute to bit of work to find out what I was talking. I didn't know you were talking about. See, I just now seeing you in the chat. Did I miss you, Jay? Oh, Donna. Oh, you're from Birmingham, UK. How cool is that? Birmingham, UK. Love it. Yeah, so for those of you who want a free reading, let me restate where you do that or how you do that. You need to be subscribed and you need to go to any of my pre-recorded readings, not the lives, that doesn't count. Any pre-recorded reading, watch the reading. Don't just skip in there and do this. Watch the reading. And then in the comments, post, I am loved. Oh, Joshua is from Australia. Welcome, Joshua. And then I will pull a winner this Sunday. I will post a comment on the community tab. So that's why you have to be subscribed to know if you win or not. So be checking my community post on Sunday. Oh, is that what that was? Okay, Jay, because I wondered, I thought, it wasn't 100% you. I knew that. I didn't know what else was going on, but I knew. I was worried that something else was going on. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. Cool is saying I just started to follow you and I'm going to watch your reading. Well, awesome. Well, we need somebody to purchase a reading or we're going to get off here and I'm going to go over and do an after party for my members. So, if you want to be part of the member tribe, we do some special stuff over there. We have a lot of fun. We just chat and have fun and talk about a little bit of everything over there, don't we? We do a little bit of everything over there. And there's members only videos and behind the scenes videos and all of that is happening. Everybody wants an after party. Okay. Everybody wants an after party. All right. What were you asking for a link for? Is it something I can help out with here? Mish, do I need to post a link? Is there something I can do here? There's a link to the membership in the description box, but it won't work. It won't show up on if you're on an Apple phone. It shows up on my iPad and it shows up on a computer, but if you're on a phone, it probably won't. What name do we find to find? Well, you go to my channel, which is Scorpio 1111. Period. Scorpio 1111. What you do is you go to YouTube to do a search in the little search bar, and you type at Scorpio 1111. Enter. It'll pop up my face. You click on that. That'll take you to my channel. And then on my channel there are little tabs and it says community, and then there's, again, this won't show up on a phone, but it should show up as join or memberships. I see it both ways depending on what device I'm on. I guess they just have so many characters, and so on some devices they just put join, and on some devices it says membership. You click on that and then it'll drop down and it'll show you the different options of what the perks are and which membership you might want to join. So that's how you find out. But the link is in the description box. Again, you just can't see it on most phones. Yes, thank you, Mish. Yep. Well, thank you guys so much. You always have my back, don't you? Thank you, Mish. All right, well, guess what? I'm going to get out of here. Is it a work night for Darlene, or is it a pour a glass of wine night for Darlene? Here on the members only. I know the answer to that. I just want to see what they would say. Mish, if you seriously want a reading, of course I will do it for you, but I think you're just doing that to keep me going here, and I love you for that. And so that's why I was avoiding it, because I was just going to refund your money. So there. Mish wants to relax. I don't get to relax. You know that, right? A bit of both. Okay, a bit of both. Bit of both. LeBron, you will be rich when you declare you will be rich. Learn and educate yourself about law of attraction. All right. Okay, everybody's saying mostly relax. Okay. Do I think with my intuition, ma'am, that it would be beneficial right now? Oh, to do your reading? Well, I'm not sure what you're going to ask about, but I think it has to do with profession. Tell me if I'm right or wrong about that. We're not asking about your person. I'm going to tell you that. Yes. Yes, you're saying, okay. I'm going to tell you this. I think the readings you've been doing offline, although I haven't seen that recent one, I think you've been right on the money. You know, I've made a couple comments for you just to give you broader meanings to what you've already found. But Mish, honestly, I would tell you if I thought those were way off base, I think you've done a fabulous job. Listen, you gotta save up a lot of money for this ring level up dojo. I'm just saying. I keep waiting for those pictures. No pictures, no ticky, no laundry. Y'all know where that no ticket, no laundry? No picture, no conversation. Oh, goodness. Y'all made me laugh. Okay, Misha's saying I could, but my person, no. I'm just feeling that's a no. You asked me to use my intuition. My intuition says no on that. Now, that's a question I could pull on about your ex, yeah. We could do that. You did have, Jay, I was going to wait and ask you in the after party if you had a good vacation. What kind of ring you going to buy me, Level Up Dojo? Well, that's weird. No pictures. Okay. Okay, if you're serious. If you are serious, I will. I was talking to Level Up Dojo. Well, you're saying you want to know about. I'm laughing at your comment about high level. Excuse me. I can only read what the cards. I can't predict it's going to be high level, but I know what you mean. All right. So, do you want me to ask about your ex, or do you want me to ask about your life after your divorce? I'm serious too. Level Up Dojo. Not your ex. Okay. Life after the divorce. Life after the divorce. Okay. And then an after party. Y'all are all here. I love it. Y'all are all here. What will life look like for Mish after the divorce? Don't want to knock my pendulums on the floor there. Latha, if you want a reading, you have to purchase one. Please don't keep posting your question in the chat. What will Misha's life look like after Misha's divorce in August? I love it when they do that. They just letting go. Oh yes, letting go of this cold, hard, manipulative energy. Things that, you know, you don't need in your life. Letting go of that energy. Love that. I know you saw that, right? I love it. That's why I like to do this vertically, so you can get the picture of me shuffling. Fortunately, I have never been accused, but I know other readers, if they try to put the cards out just to save time, because people don't realize how much time we spend uploading videos. So the longer the video, the longer the upload, blah, blah, blah. So some readers will pull the cards, ask the question, pull the cards, and lay it out here, and then hit record. But of course, people don't think, they think it's staged or something, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I am just rambling tonight. Did you really say that? Did you really? Oh, that's so cool. It's like you're intuitive or something. I love it. A few weeks to go. I know, it's only about a month away. Okay, Adia, I think we're going to do an after party. I think everybody wants to do an after party for members. So I'm just going to do this for Mish and hop off here, and we'll do that. But I know you've got your son there, so members only after party. So if you've got time, for those of you who are not members yet, if you want to join us, it's not that expensive, believe me. Buying a Coke is about more expensive. And I will do it for all members tonight, just not just the upper member tier. Well, thank goodness you're going to start collaborating with the world again. Oh, goodness, I can't wait to fix this wardrobe malfunction. Who remembers where that came from, that term? Showing my age. Well, I don't like that, but I think that's saying after all this is done. Let me see what else comes out. Hang on before I comment about that. Yes, tonight will be for all members. Is that okay with you guys? Because I haven't really done a live chat for my upper tier members only, because I haven't had but one or two, and so now that I've got more, I need to do something for y'all. What do you want me to do for you, Jave, and the ones of you who are in that upper tier? Yes, Janet Jackson. Ding, 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 you win. Well, okay. So, Mish, we asked a very general question. We didn't ask about money or career or any of that. We just asked, what's life going to look like? So bear that in mind. It always goes back to the question. I think, as I said, you're going to start collaborating more with people. I think you're going to me, that means you're going to come out of your shell a little bit more, because I know what you've been going through. That's been really, really hard. This can also speak of career, but in general. Now, I got two cards here I'm not real happy about, but I got to talk about them. Read the dance board. Excuse me. And I took my medicine, doggone it. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. What? So I'm going to read this to say it's going to take you a while to get on your feet again. I think that's all that means. Honestly, you know, to sort of find that rhythm again, that it's like believing that it's finally over kind of feeling. Because, I mean, this can be a divorce. This, when it's in reverse like this, can actually be that. You are going to start listening to your intuition more. You are. But this also talks about things that are hidden. I may have to clear that last card. Okay, Jay, thank you. Yes, please, and let me know. You sweetheart. You're the best, Jay. Love you to pieces. Yeah, I know it's going to hurt. But it's becoming more and more, and yes, and that just takes time. You know that. You're wise. Because this is what I'm curious about more than anything, is this 10 of Cups in reverse. But I tell you what intuitively I'm getting about that. I think this is talking about your family, your boys. Because this is, you know, the 9 of Cups talks about personal happiness, personal wishes coming true. The 10 of Cups is more like expanded, like family. And you can even see, because there's family on the card. Now, both of these can be talking about a breakup of a long-term relationship. Almost flew out of my hands. So, yeah, I think it's just saying it may take your family, again, a while to settle from that, the dust to settle. But I love that this is in the upright. I do like that. Listening to your intuition. They are wrecked. Yeah, they are not only dealing with a divorce, but the loss of their father, though he still walks the earth, but I know. And that's what, I mean, totally feel about this. I don't really think this is you. I think this is you dealing with your children's grief. So naturally, it's yours too. Yes. And the reality that, you know, the situation as it is. So, yeah. Ruth is here. Hey, honey, how you doing tonight? How you doing, Ruth? So what else can you tell me? What else is going to be going on for Mish in the future after this divorce is final? Yeah. Thank heavens. Thank heavens this is in reverse. You're finally going to get out of this analysis paralysis. Yes. And you might be stuck for a little while. And this is probably, I think this is connected to what I said about this too. You might find yourself kind of ruminating a little bit about the past. And that's natural, isn't it? That's natural. That's okay. I don't feel like this is a bad stuck energy so much. I don't. And I think it, again, has to do with your kids. Because there are kids on this card anyway. Your kids. You know, wouldn't it have been nice if I'd had a father that my children could depend on? Wouldn't it, you know? That's normal. That's natural. Now, let me see. What are you telling me here? A couple of things on this card. 3 or 4 things on this card. Page of Pentacles in reverse. You may spend a little time beating yourself up a little bit about, boy, learning lessons, about collaborating with other people. I think this is personal and business. This is saying you're questioning collaborations, and it's not as much about them. It's like self-judgment here. I'm feeling a little bit of that. And it may cause you to question, procrastinate, coming together with who or whatever. But in the end, you do. In the end, you start focusing on work, which is good. We like that. And ta-da, transformation happens. Ta-da. You put an end to all that, you know, in the past, finally. Yeah. And I think focusing on your intuition is one of the ways that it's going to help you get past this past relationship, as well as move you on into this new transition of the new life. But Spirit is saying, please be patient, Mish. We're working on it. We're helping you. We got your back. But show a little patience here. I love tarot. Show a little patience, because it takes time to heal, right? Takes time to heal. Hey, Derek, how are you tonight, sweetie? How you doing? Life treating you good? Yeah. You've been isolating, for sure. We know that. Waiting for this ending to happen. We know that. You've been doing a lot of this. Yep. Because of this. The 4 of Wands. Yep, yep. Oh. Okay. Well, good. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. You have a good rest tonight, Derek. Thank you for jumping in and saying hey tonight. Mish, I don't like to go too deep in the deck sometimes. I'll kind of, just because, y'all, Mish is learning about tarot, so I wanted to share this little tidbit. I kind of feel my way with that, because sometimes I might just read the bottom 2 cards, and that's enough, and that's all, and I know that's what needs to happen. Sometimes I'm drawn further down into the deck. I feel like the story, the thread, the energy is pulling me, continuing to pull me down to tell the story. She does tarot when she can't sleep. Oh, Lordy. So back to that feeling element of doing tarot, right? So, and I'm sharing that because here we go. I've told you about all these things, and but there's another way I can read this because of what's underneath here. Okay, so you've been hermiting. Now you got this ending. Ta-da! This ending here. Okay, end of a cycle. Yay, that's done. Also, but this is your choice. I'm just saying. You may start to put yourself in a bit of this because now that you're single, you're starting to wonder about your twin flame. I said that out loud because now you're starting to want reconciliation. Because this is somebody that you're having a hard time moving away from, obviously. And you'd really like this person to come in and make you some kind of offer, communicate with you, right? Because you still find them attractive. I had to add that. I had to add, I did. I had to, sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Heads up, right? You'd rather have that. I know you would. Yeah, because this is not, the energy shifts for me right here. The energy shifts after this world card. Done and dusted. Then why are you doing this? I don't think, now I could as a reader say, oh yeah, you're stressed out about the fact that your marriage ended. That's another way you could read that. That's not what I'm feeling. My intuition is saying the energy just shifted. And y'all, I'm sharing this with me, like I said, because she's learning to feel her way through tarot. And the energy shifts, and that's why I feel like now it's talking about your SP. Your feelings about your SP. And that's why I went on to pull these other cards. Okay, well that's a choice, isn't it? Hey Bonnie, good evening. That is a choice. Anything else you want to tell Mish, please? Anything else you want to tell Mish, please? Thank you, Mish. Yes, Sierra, I'll be back Sunday night, though. And you can use the same link that is pinned in the chat if you want to pre-book a reading for Sunday evening. Yes, thank you so much for stopping by. Mm-hmm. You're going to be very tempted to keep moving on. To move on away from some kind of passionate new beginning. Or you're wondering, I don't know which this is. I got to be straight with you. I'm going to be perfectly transparent. I don't know if this is you saying, I'm moving on. I'm not waiting for this anymore. Or if the cards are saying, or you're wondering if your person may be doing that. But I ask about you, but it could be. I feel like this is you asking yourself, should I just keep moving on and not focusing on that anymore? And you might decide to do that. You might decide, now you're going to think this is crazy. You might decide at some point that you'd rather be single. And this is a classic point. Bonnie, you will go to heaven if you believe you're going to go to heaven. And I mean, I'm dead serious about that. When you die, you go to where your beliefs have carried you. Initially. So start believing in heaven or an afterlife. This is an odd message, Mish, to come from this card because it's in the reverse. But it's what my intuition is telling me. You may question that you might, and it might be because you say, you know what, I'm just going to get on about my life here. And when you do that, some other kind of new passionate thing happens. I don't know. Maybe you get passionate about your new venture, your new side gig, your new career gig. I don't know. And again, it takes off fast. And you decide, I don't have time for a relationship. I just want to be single. I know that would be in the upright. I know that. But the energy I'm feeling is you don't want, the energy I'm getting is you don't want to be codependent. You don't want to be dependent on anybody else. So that might change things. Interesting. So that's a potential that's in your field there for you. You say you feel that? Yep. Yep. You don't want to, I know. I'd rather be single than players too. Amen, amen. I mean, we're Scorpios. We don't mind being alone. We'd rather be in our own company and be valuing ourselves than with people who don't value us. Just saying. Yeah, because you don't want this person. And you don't want to be like that either. You don't want to be somebody who's trying to control the situation all the time. Right? We knew that was going to happen, didn't we, guys? We knew that was going to happen. Manu, I am sorry. I don't do timing because you have free will to change your destiny, to change things. Please go and educate yourself on the law of attraction. Because what you're asking me to do is timing. And if you practice the law of manifestation, you can collapse timelines and change that. You could get that money tomorrow. So educate yourself about that. Educate yourself about, listen to Abraham Hicks videos, and she's got lots of tools and methods for you to be able to do that. And you can have that money. Yes, you can. Well, I know we were hoping to see like a Queen of Hearts here, but I'm not seeing it, Mish. It's just not here yet. Thank you, Jay. That's right. I do have some rules, standards rules. I read your comment. Mish says, what is the advice besides patience? And I was asking it in my head when these cards popped out. All right, you ready? More patience? and self-love. More patience and self-love. Now, look, you wanted the Queen of Cups, you got the King of Cups. And honestly, I think this makes more sense to me with your situation to get the King of Cups. Because you're asking, does tarot advise against what the cards just revealed as a potential? No, it advises you. Remember, this is just one check-in on a timeline of a potential. This tells you where your trajectory is right now if you don't do anything different. I don't predict the future, remember. But I love this, that if you are patient with yourself and you invest in yourself and you love yourself, you will become this King of Cups. Now, the reason I like him in this reading for you over the Queen of Cups is because the Queen of Cups gives her love so unconditionally, and that's beautiful. But I think that might be too vulnerable. I don't know that you would get there in the time frame we ask about this reading. The King of Cups, on the other hand, he gives his cup, but he gives it more judiciously. He's a little bit more selective about how he opens up, with whom he opens up, and who he gives this love to. Which to me is more realistic given what you're coming out of. So, I like that for you. And whatever you do, don't give up hope. Don't forget to dream. I mean, seriously, don't forget to dream. Life is tough. Life is tough. And by the way, I have to point out, the star only comes out after a tower, which has already happened to you. This is saying, yeah, it's time, Mish, for your dreams to start coming true. You will be healing. Don't give up hope. Yes, I thought that King of Cups was lovely too. This is just a little bit of a heads up warning. Don't focus, don't let yourself fall back into feeling disappointed when you encounter conflict in the world and people want to deceive you. It's life. It's going to happen. Don't tend to fall back. And we all do it. We all do it. Yep. I love that. I'm ending on this note because I just love that for you. These, look, that's beautiful. Self-love. Be patient. Keep your dreams and hopes alive. I know that sounds like fairy and unicorns, but hey, that's what the cards are saying. That's not me. And I'm also hearing with this patience card and the King of Cups, be patient with yourself as you kind of find your new footing with your feelings and with, again, choosing who and how, and you start to open your heart up again. Yeah, I like that. Once in a while I get unicorns and fairies, but not very often. Once in a while. Yes, Mano, you are a bit late tonight. Yeah, we have been here a couple of hours. Almost 160 minutes. So 2.5 hours already. Jeez, I can't believe that. So, yeah. Oh, really? It is also coming from your therapist? Just sit in my feelings and feel it, and it's simple. Yes. Because, it's when you deny your feelings, when you I mean, we've all known probably people that have experienced losing a loved one, for example, losing someone that you love, and whether that's they actually dying or breaking up, and they get stuck in that grief because, or worse, they deny it. And I want to tell you that's bad for your physical body and that's bad for your mental health. So it's better for you to give yourself permission to feel those feelings. Yes, be in it. Manu, it will be Sunday evening sometimes. I usually try to be here around 5 o'clock, but I do not promise that. Sometimes things happen. But I will strive to be here around 5 o'clock. That's the best I can do for you. Yes, Central Time. Thank you. That is the best I can tell you right now, is I will strive to be here. Okay, that's it. We're going to go have us a little after party, and it's not going to be 4 hours long. I'm going to tell y'all right now. All right, let me take a quick break. I'll be back for my members only. Well, Manu, I've already answered you. You don't like my answer, I know. No, just give me the answer, what the universe is going to give me. Don't tell me that I have to be a part of the solution. Yes, you will. But it may take a while. And clearly this is where you are. And there may be some harsh truths that you have to face when this comes out. There may be some information that comes out about some things online that you won't like. And it will be a bit of a wake-up call for you. May have already been. And I don't think you're going to get as much money as you're hoping to get. And you walk away feeling things aren't balanced. You may feel a little manipulated, especially if the person suing you is a woman. All right, Manu, that's what I got for you. That's okay. I don't like pushing either, Jay. Okay. Before something else pops in the chat, you guys know, I'm going to take a 10-minute break, and I'll be back after party. All right? If my voice will hold out. I don't know what's going on there tonight. Okay, yeah. If y'all want to join the live, become a member. You may have to get on your computer to do it, or an iPad or something. But we will be starting in about 10 minutes. Good night, everybody.